On today's episode of Hubris Syndrome, we're talking about March release dates. Hey everyone, welcome to the show. March is rapidly approaching, and what does that mean? Some of the biggest games of the year. We're gonna go over some of these releases. If I miss some that you're interested in, please don't be offended. Just write in the comments, and we'll amend it on next episode. Some shout outs. First game on the list is Grand Blue Fantasy, coming out March 3rd, starting the month off with some anime. This game looks great. Ben Moore obviously has been hyping it up, and I just found out that there is a huge beat-em-up style single-player RPG in this game. It's not just a fighting game, so I'm paying a little extra attention to this one now. Next, we get Pokémon Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team DX. That's a mouthful. Classic Nintendo. This is a remake of a 2005 Pokémon game, and I've actually never played any of the Mystery Dungeon games, but some of the allies have, and they love them. Next on the list, here we go. The year begins. Ori and the Will of the Wisps. After a long wait, it's finally almost over. This is a sequel, obviously, to Ori and the Blind Forest, and you're running out of time to catch up for Ori and the Will of the Wisps. You gotta go back, play the first one, get hyped, get ready. Do not sleep on Ori. And then just 2 days later, Nioh 2. The hype continues to rise for Nioh 2. This one is actually a prequel, so if, like myself, you haven't finished the first one, no big drama, just dive into the prequel. This looks like a step up from the first one. I think this is gonna blow the original Nioh out of the water. Here we go. Next on the list, March 17th, bang bang! MLB The Show. An interesting year for MLB The Show, coming in at the end of a generation and the beginning of a season that is sure to be controversial in the sport. Will they address it? Who knows? But we'll be playing. Then just 3 days later, all hell breaks loose. First with Animal Crossing New Horizons. This is gonna be a beautiful, jolly day because I hope, like many of you, we're gonna start out, we're gonna fix up our town and our cottage, and then when darkness falls, when the sun goes down and you pull your drapes, you lock your doors, and you boot up Doom Eternal. Doom Eternal. Don, I don't even want to say anything about it, just roll the footage. And then just 3 days later, we're getting a prequel to Half-Life 2. Half-Life Alyx. I like to think of it as a prequel to Half-Life 2 rather than a sequel to Half-Life 1 or a spin-off of Half-Life. This is a straight up prequel to 2, any way you slice it. I love how Valve is coming back to this franchise because if you come back with Half-Life 3, there's so much noise, there's so much hype and optimism and pessimism, there's just so much. And I feel like Half-Life Alyx, because it's a VR game, is just kind of flying under the radar. So it's gonna be nice to step back into the world of Half-Life without all the noise. Then a day after that, March just keeps on going. Ninja Theory's Bleeding Edge. Really love Ninja Theory games, love their combat systems. I'm really a big fan of Ninja Theory's entire catalog of games, so I'm eagerly watching this one. And we started the month with anime, and we're ending it with anime. On the 27th, we get One Piece Pirate Warriors 4, and then on the 31st, if you haven't played it, now's the time, Persona 5 Royal. Woo! How are you feeling? How are you feeling right now, staring down the barrel of the March release dates? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna pick? What are you gonna skip? What are you gonna prioritize? Let me know in the comments. And now it's time for Community Queue. So I'm still chugging along in Dark Souls. This is a long game, and again, I'm just playing these on the side. My queue is really just in addition to my other work. So the games that I bring here are just ones that I'm kind of playing for fun, and that's Dark Souls. And also, Dark Souls on the side with a little dash of Sleeping Dogs. Now let's see what you've all been playing. First up, Julio U. Huber talked about replaying games, and I just happened to be replaying Max Payne 3. Will Max Payne return? I really hope so after watching this clip. My goodness. Max Payne. Next up is Cliff Boyd bringing Outer Wilds because they heard us and mostly Ian just raving about it during our Game of the Year deliberations. And this is a clip of Cliff landing on the sun station after hours of attempts. Excellent. And lastly, keeping with the space theme, Night Goats been playing Stellaris on Xbox Games Pass and would like to share their favorite part of the game, watching ships in space fire lasers and missiles at each other. Yes. You know, it's the little things in video games that make them truly special. And this just looks awesome. Thanks so much for your submissions, and if you didn't get in, don't worry. I can still, use the ones that you send in maybe a week or two down the line, but keep sending them in, keep blasting me. I go through these and, just keep trying. It's like when you call in the radio or something, You'll get in. And that's gonna do it for the episode. I'm at Michael P. Huber. Don't forget to let me know what you're playing, and don't forget to send those clips to communityq@easyallies.com. Gonna see you next week.